Hi, it's Stuart Sutton. Hope you're having a great Tuesday morning so far. We're going to talk about a rule of marketing that, well, should never be forgotten, but unfortunately it is more than you would think. Consumers really do pick up on this. It's something we all know, we all should know, we all should follow all the time. But it tends to fall aside in sales and marketing and in other areas quite often. It's called the law of honesty. Honesty is paramount toward building trust. And trust is when people let you guide them and help them. So the law of honesty says prospects not only sense when you're not truthful, they also sense when they're not being told the whole truth. Quick example. A few years ago, I was sitting with a couple talking about listing their home, and they asked me where I ranked in my office. Now that was kind of an unusual question. I never marketed where I ranked, that I was number one, etc. That was never part of my marketing. I marketed the benefits to the sellers of what I provided. And I believe that is why I was number one. However, when they asked me that question, it kind of caught me by surprise, and I shared with them that although I didn't market it and didn't put it in my material, I happened to be ranked number one, not only in the office, but in the entire company. They said they thought that was interesting because they had met with another agent from my office who claimed to be number one. Now, I didn't bash that agent or say, well, geez, they're just a big liar. I basically just said, well, that certainly could be. They might have been number one in production a few months ago or one quarter, or they might be number one in the entire office in attendance at sales meeting. I said, I honestly don't know. But the bottom line, when you think about that quick little story, is that agent didn't tell the whole truth. And it kind of came back to bite them. Yes, I did take that listing. I was number one in the office and the company. And again, I believe that's because of the way I market. And part of my marketing was not to brag about myself, but emphasize what I can do for others. So prospects sense when you're not telling the truth and when they're not being told the whole truth. So the law of honesty says be honest in every facet of your marketing, but be honest to the point of being disarming. So they go, wow, I cannot believe you're being so honest. Well, what would that mean? Well, let's not get to a personal level. Let's keep it, on a business, real estate level. But if you took longer to sell a home than usual, I don't think I would necessarily hide that. I don't. I might say it took longer to sell this home than we anticipated, but as soon as we understood why, we adjusted and we got it under contract. Because every home I put on the market doesn't sell faster than everybody else or faster than the average. We do have some that we have issues with and have to make adjustments, and that's okay. That's part of it. Now, everyone is not number one. I'm not the number one agent in this area. When homeowners like you find out, they want to hire me anyway. Because guess what? More people hire agents who aren't number one, don't they, than agents who are number one. Because the real reason that they're going to hire you is because of what you can provide them. Now, if you say I'm not number one, but when people find out they want to hire me anyway, you need a positive support for that. And that's not hard to find. I'm not number one in this area. When homeowners like you find out they want to hire me anyway, and when they say, well, what is that? Well, that's because of the level of service I provide to each of my clients. It could be any number of things. But the bottom line is, be honest. Don't claim to be something you're not. Don't exaggerate positives. Do emphasize the positives realistically. Don't ignore negatives. You can share negatives and why positives overcome those negatives. The law of honesty is huge because honesty builds trust, and trust is when relationships in real estate and other areas are the most valuable. Thanks so much for your time. I always share that I make more for doing nothing more because I do at XP. I do the same things I did at my previous brokerages, but I make more money here. So why wouldn't I make more money for doing the same thing? Just kind of makes sense to me. I'm honored to be associated with Knolly Williams and Rand Smith, two of the finest people and coaches and trainers in America today. Thanks so much for your time. Remember, it's your choice, so make it a powerful day. Bye-bye.